Welcome to my collaborative presentation with the Tolima Farms in our project proposal Thrive Lots initiative. We will start by looking at how the Thrive Lots initiative aligns with the Gates Foundation mission and goal, and, and then we'll look at the geographical context and why these project sites matter, followed by a closer look at the Thrive Lots model, including sustainability, partnerships, and system impact. And lastly, we'll walk through the budget to show that it's the resources needed to support long-term success. Looking at the charitable purpose and alignment, this is looking at this how our project aligns with the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. So first off, we tackle food insecurity and nutritional equity through vertical farming that boosts fresh produce access while minimizing environmental strain. These are core to the Gates Climate Smart Agriculture Investment goals. Our sealed irrigation and mosquito control systems support public health innovation, mitigating the malaria and dengue in alignment with the Gates-led environmental disease efforts. We embedded the gender equity and local governance also through the community advisory boards, reflecting the foundation's commitment to inclusivity, locally led systems, and finally, our Thrive Lots contribute to the global goals of zero hunger, good health, sustainable cities. I bring this up because it just shows that our initiative embodies the kind of scalable, integrated impact the Gates Foundation champions across the world. Our focus is going to be in Cairo and Al Fayoum. Cairo represents our urban environment, Al Fayoum is our rural one. We're addressing food insecurity as well as vector-borne diseases. We're able to meet both these needs despite the two different types of landscapes. Our project seeks to address those two aspects I talked about earlier, but the first is addressing the malaria and dengue fever mosquito-borne illnesses that plague Egypt. The primary causative agents stem from mosquito breeding in open drainage systems, abandoned urban lots, and agricultural irrigation infrastructure. In terms of prevalence, Egypt reported over 73,000 malaria cases in 2023, according to the GHDX, with recurrent dengue fever outbreaks flagged by the World Health Organization. What this tells us is these figures underscore both endemic presence as well as episodic epidemic surges. The second aspect that we're addressing is food insecurity. Egypt struggles with a 14.4% of the national population facing food insecurity. This is increasing as climate change brings inconsistent seasonal rains, heat surges, and severe weather, and also leads to inconsistencies with the flooding of the Nile, which is integral to the irrigation systems that Egypt uses. You can see in this bottom picture here one of those canals that, when flooded by the Nile, will then go throughout the rest of the field. So our solution to this is the Thrive Lots intervention prototype. It's a 4-story vertical farm. Each site repurposes 200 square meters of unused urban land, growing crops year-round in a controlled, sealed environment that also supports mosquito control. We use a hydroponic system, saving over 90% more water than traditional farming, which is ideal in Egypt's dry climate. Each greenhouse produces up to 150 metric tons of food annually, serving 600 households, while cutting mosquito risk by over 75%, which this aligns with our World Health Organization guidelines. The structure also includes solar panels, ventilation, and shade cloths, all designed for energy efficiency, and we're trying to do this all on a small footprint. Hydroponic system is the main heartbeat to our organization. So at the top left, you'll see how this system works. So the system flow diagram illustrates how the nutrient solution circulates from the central reservoirs through the hydroponic channels, nourishing plants before returning for reuse. The closed-loop approach minimizes waste and eliminates standing water, which is a critical innovation for both food hygiene and mosquito control. To the right, we highlight the vertical food bed layout with multiple stacked shelves of leafy greens grown with zero soil. This configuration maximizes space, allowing us to produce large volumes of fresh vegetables on a compact footprint. At the bottom, you'll find our floor plan of our 4-story greenhouse layout. Looking at the project framework, our first objective is the construction and activation of our 2 4-story sealed greenhouses in Cairo and Al Fayoum. We've taken a dual site approach, retrofitting an existing urban structure in Cairo and executing a ground-up build in Al Fayoum. By month 5, both sites will be fully operational, equipped with vertical hydroponics and climate-resilient infrastructure. 10 local technicians will be certified through hands-on training, ensuring long-term maintenance capacity. We're targeting quarterly outputs of 50 metric tons of produce, feeding 600 households year-round. As I've stated earlier, Thrive Lots isn't just about growing food, it's also about disrupting disease vectors like malaria and dengue. We'll begin with a 100 trap site entomological survey conducted by the Ain Shams University, followed by a targeted trap deployment in month 3 and 4. By month 7, we aim to reduce mosquito counts by over 75%. This model is low cost, scalable, and aligns with the World Health Organization's urban health standards. We're also going to integrate this each year to make sure we're not missing out on seasonal changes. Finally, this last slide is our third objective. It looks at the human infrastructure. So we're looking at training 200 residents in food hygiene and greenhouse stewardship. Participants will receive manuals and attend 16 interactive workshops. This isn't just a one-off intervention. It's a participatory knowledge transfer model rooted in equity and inclusion. It leverages local NGOs and health educators and creates peer networks for sustainable engagement. By investing in the people, which is critical, not just the technology, Thrive Labs ensure that solutions are owned, used, and adapted by the communities they serve. There's a small section here on the impacts of nutrition. I'm going to kind of forward through this really quick. But one of the things that the Bill Gates bot suggested is to look at nutrition levels based on our food. So I'll let you kind of read over that. If you want to pause the video, you can, but I'm going to move on past that. The sustainability is more than just maintaining infrastructure. It's about building lasting community and ownership. So the Thrive Labs ensure long-term success. Through community advisory boards or CABs at each site, these local leaders help manage produce revenue, enforce stewardship through local bylaws, and drive engagement. We also run ongoing SMS alert radio campaigns and lively field days with cooking demos, community voices, keeping momentum strong and knowledge flowing. Together, these efforts embed Thrive's lots into local systems, making it a resilient community-led platform that grows in every season. We're supporting 10 trained technicians additionally to launch a service cooperative offering paid greenhouse upkeep. This is funded through the CARE Egypt microloans. It's a pathway for long-term employment and community ownership. At the system level, Thrive Labs is backed by partnership with the NGOs, health agencies like the World Health Organization and CDC, and Egypt's Ministry of Health. Aligning with the global goals and sharing data models for replication, this isn't just local farming, it's a scalable platform for health equity and opportunity, not only at the local level, but global level as well. Looking at the 4 pillars of cost, access, quality, and innovation in regards to sustainability, we've built a low-cost system by using microloans, producing revenue and modest honoraria for our community boards. We reduce our reliance on outside funding and ensure transparent local oversight. Access is driven by community-led governance and outreach through radio and SMS, reaching diverse neighborhoods consistently. Our quality comes from local ownership, trained residents maintain each site, and building trust and accountability. And through cooperative tech outreach and partnerships, we bring innovation that's scalable and community-powered. Thrive Labs isn't just a one-off, it's a model built to grow across regions with lasting impact. So looking at the in-kind contributions, CAB is our biggest contributor. Their members offer local expertise on venues, access, and broadcast channels, and our NGOs provide platform access and microfinance infrastructure. Looking at our budget, this slide maps out our team and our partnership that powers the Thrive Labs. Zina Salam, Abla Galam, and Nuri Akloy lead the strategy, agricultural, and community outreach. On-site certified local technicians ensure daily upkeep and produce. We're backed by a strong partner in Ain Shams University for entomology and impact tracking, and the CARE Egypt for microfinancing and cooperative support. Each site is guided by the community advisory boards, or CABs, local leaders who oversee funding, stewardship, and public engagement. These leaders build a high-functioning community-owned system that's built to last. Here, we're summarizing how the Thrive Labs budget aligns with core principles, sustainability, through the lens of cost, accessibility, quality, and innovation. First, we see the largest investment is $146,700 supporting infrastructure, greenhouse hydroponics, and solar controls. This isn't just structural, it's about building long-term food production capacity that climate resilient and scalable. We've allocated $58,000 for personnel and fringe, ensuring local expertise is fairly compensated and retained. This directly supports governance and continued through our community advisory boards, Next, our biosurveillance and entomology work, budgeted at $7,200, reinforces the vector-controlled components vital for public health in alignment with WHO standards. Its powerful integration of agriculture and endo health systems. Other categories like outreach and communication, 6,500, and access features of 7,000, support inclusive messaging and physical accessibility, ensuring our greenhouse are not only operational but understood, trusted, and safely navigated by the entire community. Together, these allocations show how Thrive Lots doesn't separate budgets from impact. Every dollar supports sustainability systems and local ownership. Lastly, this table illustrates how the budget allocates in intentional alignment with Thrive Lot's core values and long-term sustainability goals through four-dimension: cost, access, quality, and innovation. Under cost, we prioritize strategic deployment, channeling funds in urban agriculture, public health infrastructure that yields lasting community value. These investments support not just food production, but disease prevention and education. The access dimension focuses on equity. Our model directly supports 600 households backed by inclusion, outreach, and local governance, ensuring that the Thrive Lot is embedded within the fabric of the community it serves. Quality is upheld through the seal of vertical agriculture and WHO alignment health protocols. These systems enhance food hygiene, reduce disease vectors, and reinforce standards recognized globally. Lastly, the innovation dimension captures the integration of climate resilience, agricultural and agriculture co-design, and cooperative governance. By fusing public health, agri-tech, and community ownership, Thrive Lots creates a model that is both transformative and replicable. Thank you for listening to my presentation, and here are my references.